Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Tech with Mark, and on today's topic we are going to use Python to generate or implement a simple CGPA class checker. That's the cumulative grade point average class checker. Without wasting much time, let's dive into this topic. Before we start with our code, we can go ahead and then welcome the end user to this source code or to this platform by saying welcome to Tech with Mark. CGPA Class Checker. By the use of the print function, this is going to print this to the end user of this code. Now, we can use the user-defined function by generating our own function, which is going to give us an output whenever we call this function. Let's do that one also. Define, let's classify underscore CGPA bracket open. Now we are going to feed this function with a certain parameter, and this parameter, let's use CGPA for it. Python syntax with our column. Now this is a conditional statement, so therefore we are going to use our if statement. If, assuming our CGPA ranges from say 0.0 to 5.0, so if 4.0, that's a floating point number, is less than or equal to our CGPA, is less than or equal to 5.0, then this function should return to us a first class. So we say return first class. Now we can copy and then be pasting this as we get there. Moving to our next line, else if. So that's else if. You are going to use the elif. If 3.0 is less than or equal to our CGPA, less than or equal to 3.99, this should be an equal to here. Okay, so let me pause and then explain this code very well to you guys. Now we are defining our own function. Now the function needs an argument, or we say parameters. Now the function says if 4.0 is less than or equal to our CGPA is less than or equal to 5.0, then this function should return first class, meaning when our CGPA falls within 4.0 to 5.0, that means the student is a first class student. Else if the CGPA falls within 3.0 to 3.99, the student is a second class upper student. So in that order, let's go. Else if 2.0 is less than or equal to our CGPA, is less than or equal to that should be 2.99. Then, sorry, there should be return here. This should return second class upper, and this should also return second class lower. Else if 1.5 is less than or equal to our CGPA being less than or equal to 1.99, then this should return to us pass, meaning that's when your CGPA falls below 2.99. Sorry, falls below 2.0. So falls below 2.0, that means 1.99 to 1.5 you're a pass student. And what if your CGPA falls below 1.5? That means you failed. So let's go another now. Else if your CGPA falls within 0, that will be 0.0, which is less than or equal to our CGPA. Our CGPA being less than or equal to 1.49, because 1.5 is a pass student, so we should mitigate it by 1. That should be 0.1, so 1.49. 1.49. Then this function should return to us fail. Therefore, you are a failed student, and that's fail for you. Alright. So what if the person mistypes, or you see, all that we've been dealing with are floating points numbers. So assuming the person just put in an integer or say a string. So let's say else. This should return to us none, because you can't type in a string that's a sequence of characters and then you'll be expecting this code to give you the CGPA class none. So it's going to give you none unless you put in the accurate or the expected value. So we can comment this part by saying hash. We use hash for commenting invalid CGPA. All right. Moving on. Now, we are supposed to collect data from our end user, the person who is going to type in his or her CGPA. So how do we do that? By using the input function, we'll be able to collect information of the person's CGPA, and then per our this classified CGPA function, we are going to assign the expected or the correct class to that expected GPA. So say collecting data from, let's comment that, collecting data from the end user, you can say our CGPA assignment operator is equal to a floating point number, and then by using the input function, you say let's be polite here, so please enter your CGPA, and then we can give it this and then that. So this code is going to help us collect data from the end user. Let's go another mile and see any variable is okay, but I'll be using X assignment operator. Now we are going to call the function that we just implemented before this level. So the name of our function was classify underscore CGPA. So X should be equal to classify underscore our CGPA underscore CGPA. Now we've called the function, and then we are going to pass an argument to it. Now this argument is going to be the input from the end user, and that input was assigned to the CGPA. So therefore the input from the end user is sitting inside the variable or the name CGPA. That should be okay for a perfect understanding. So say CGPA, and then we are going to print X, or let's make it more professional so you can see your class. Then we can bring, and then you can print the X comma X, Python syntax, so we don't get a bug in our code. And then our last line of code, we are going to say is just making it more attractive and then more professional. You can see print, you can use the same print function, and then it's just an integer, or we can also use a formatted string. So therefore F before anything, and then our string, say you are A, and then because our S is already defined at the top earlier, we are going to use S, and then another comma, say student. So let's run this code and see if our code is working perfectly. So let's go ahead and then run this code. Alright guys, so we've run our code, and then let's see if it's working perfectly. Now it says welcome to Tech with Math CGPA Class Checker. Enter your CGPA. So assuming my CGPA is probably say 3.7, and then let's hit enter. It says your class second class upper, you are a second class upper student. Alright, so approximately this is just a simple code for generating a CGPA class checker with Python. Guys, please, if you find this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up so that you don't miss out on my next Python project. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.